And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And he said, how the fuck you think he feels? He's pouring his heart out and you walked right in front of him. You know? And I walked away thinking, that son of a bitch. and I don't get up no matter what in the meetings. If my, you know, I say that now, but there's probably going to be something that drags my ass up out of here because with the disease of addiction, I've learned that it gets me into impossible situations. So by me saying stuff like never or I ain't, I need to be careful about saying that shit. That's just how this thing works. You know, I hear people talking in the meetings who have like over 20 years clean saying shit about everything I said I wouldn't do clean, I've had to end up doing. And I'll be like, whatever, you know? And it's like I've done things clean that I probably never would have imagined myself doing. Like awful things. And I've also been obsessed and diseased up in other areas of my life. When we put dope down, we might see that the disease has manifested in another area of our life we never had a problem with before we got clean. Like when I got clean, I was sleeping with a lot of... 4 or 5 is a lot to me. Because whenever I got here, I'd only been with a couple of girls, and I would rather get high than have sex. I would rather get high than live. That's another thing I believe in is like we used like life wasn't an option, you know, like, and that's something common we have, you know. But my sponsor teaches me about a lot of things in his actions and the way he carries himself in the meetings. I appreciate y'all letting me come and share. And like I was saying, like lately I've been thinking about the things I've had to go through, and I was thinking about I grow through as I go through, and I go through as I grow through. And in the Just for Today somewhere it talks about, you know, because I didn't come here able to talk to people. I didn't come here able to look at you in your eyes. I didn't come here able to listen. It took me 18 months before I realized, man, I was just listening to that motherfucker the whole time he was talking. And you know, I didn't come here like I am today. So y'all made someone who I'm proud to be, and I've been human along the way, and I couldn't stand it there for a little bit, but you know, like I heard a guy say our greatest strength is when we can admit our weakness, and I know how the literature teaches us through application of it, and like the program, it's like my what I thought was what I thought was like a liability it's an asset, you know. Like there's gonna be only people I'm gonna be able to help with the stuff that I've done that I couldn't live with myself about, because I've got a way out. Man, we found a way out of no way. I heard a guy say that too. But somewhere in the Just for Today, man, see, I skipped around. I didn't even talk about that shit. Somewhere in the Just for Today, it talked about because I didn't come here learning. I didn't come here knowing how to walk through stuff clean. And most of our chief concerns and major difficulties are from our inexperience of living life without drugs. So, like in the literature, it talks about we learn how to deal with things as we do. So it tells me I learn how to take care of stuff as I'm taking care of it. Like we just don't get high no matter what. We gain strength from one meeting to make it to the other. You know, make meetings as much as we can. In the beginning, we make as many meetings as possible. I still try to make 90 meetings in 90 days. I know I didn't talk a lot about steps, but I probably did in a roundabout way. And I know I talked about sponsorship. Everybody who's doing the deal, that comes out of their mouth. Everybody who's staying clean, sponsorships comes out of their mouth. So it's pretty obvious. And if you're new, like I said, it's not going to be as bad as if I pick up what I'm going through, because the things I pick up behind, they're only intensified by the horrors of addiction. So like whenever I get a chance to work on them, they're going to be worse. So what I'm going through isn't as bad as it could be. Thank you.